Many people are concerned and have been asking me what changes they need to make to avoid high costs and dangerous deferred maintenance. The decisions you make today put you on a course to the future. So let's help you make good decisions. It starts out by learning where you are, where you're currently going, and what resources you have at your disposal. In your roadmap to the future, we first need to clear a big misunderstanding. And that misunderstanding is that reserves themselves are not for the future. They're for the present. Next, you need to know the 4 reserve rules that guide any successful journey to the future. In this webinar, we'll tell you what the destination looks like, the benefits of pushing forward to that destination, and the consequences of taking detours. Those detours often lead to higher costs, special assessments, and lower home values.
This is our roadmap for today's presentation, starting with a little introductory time to brush up your basic reserve funding and spending concepts, sharpen you up for the road ahead. So, Jim, start us off with perhaps the most important concept we have to share, communicating the purpose of reserve contributions to boards, to owners, to everyone at the association, so everyone can get on the same page. What's this big, important concept?
Yeah, thank you, Robert. First of all, it's great to be joining you today. And for sure, having the right tools and strategies is going to set you up for reserve fund success. So let's start at the top with this key question. What are the contributions to reserves for? Are they for the here and now, or are they for future projects? Take a minute to think about this. For the here and now or for the future projects? Reserve contributions are for the present ongoing deterioration at the property. They're not for the future. It's not a slush fund or a rainy day fund. Think carefully about this. Each owner benefits daily from the function, whether those assets are new, at the midpoint of life, or they're aged. And that deterioration should be viewed as real as any other bill of the association. That's a fundamental concept that we need you to understand right here at the start today. You're going to have a lot more success with your reserves when you always talk about contributions in the present tense. It's every owner's responsibility to offset deterioration during the time they own a home in the association. They're not setting aside funds for the future. Another basic concept is the 4 reserve rules. Deterioration and the cost to repair and replace are inevitable. Ignoring the cost of deterioration doesn't change that reality, and it's the board who's responsible to protect, maintain, and enhance the assets of the association. If the board delays a project and deferred maintenance sets in, those same expenses will only increase. And finally, homeowners always get stuck paying the bills, and those delays only end up costing them more money. So keep it simple with these 4 concepts. Keep the board focused on the target. It is their duty, again, to protect, maintain, and enhance the assets of the association and to run the business of the association in a financially sound and sustainable manner. And that means no guesswork. The goal is to have collected enough funds along the way to perform your projects when they're needed. Guessing or ignoring that reality of deterioration isn't going to get you prepared. So today we're going to lay out a roadmap for you and provide some key talking and decision points for you.
Well, thanks, Jim. I want to lay a little more groundwork for board decision-making, specifically how to safely make those decisions. Now, to minimize board liability risk, board decisions need to have 3 elements that come from the business judgment rule. Boards are going to enjoy protection from liability if meeting minutes demonstrate that they acted with a duty of care, which means good faith, making quality decisions, a duty of loyalty, which means putting the interests of the association above their own interests as homeowners. And then finally, a duty of inquiry, which means reaching out for information when you don't know the answer. We're not expecting you as board members to know all the answers. So this is what Jim said just a moment ago, no guessing. And that's where we fit in. A reserve study recommends the size of reserve contributions necessary to offset ongoing deterioration. So every year we help boards answer that important question, what do I do now? So, Jim, let's move on to the next topic. What are some good talking points our guests today need to know when asked why an association should get, update, or refer to their reserve study?
Yeah, a current reserve study helps the association avoid surprises, and it reduces costs, reduces board liability, maximizes property values due to the property and the financial house being maintained and in order. And it also keeps the association in some states in compliance with the law. There are a number of states that require reserve studies. And one more thing, there's the intangible benefit of keeping the owners informed, communicating with them so everyone understands where their monthly assessments are going and what that sometimes large reserve balance is there for. So ongoing communication.
Money's that big deal. I just want to slow down and have you say that over again. Communicating with the homeowners and making sure everyone understands what's going on.
Right. We have clients all different sizes and shapes, some of them really scraping pennies, and we have some associations that are affluent. And nobody likes financial surprises. That's consistent across the board. So ongoing communication and transparency are vital to your success. And on the other hand, the consequences of going without a reserve study is regular surprises, increased expenses, and we'll touch on that a little bit more later, and higher board liability exposure. And the D's, which we're going to show you on screen in a moment. And in my 24 years of doing this, money has been at the center of most problems with community associations. So this is important stuff. So the D's, as you see on screen, are some things that are consequences of not having a study and not having your house in order. Disappointment, how the property looks. Discouragement when the association doesn't have money what it needs to do. Dysfunction, which leads to homeowner discontent and frustration. Deterioration because there's no money or no action. Declining home values, poor curb appeal, rumors of special assessments. Poor reputation in the real estate community, distrust, owners aware that the board's not taking care of the property, and sometimes, like we referred to and unfortunately learned this last year, danger and life safety issue potential when deferred maintenance accumulates.
At Association Reserves, we make the present less stressful and the future more secure. If you want to join us in this mission, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below and what you would like to see us address in a future video. Let's plan for your best future.